Hello everyone, this is Joel over here, and in this video, we will just look into a topic called what is props in React. So this is a React series of episode 5, and in this episode, we'll be like looking into what is props in React. So yeah, before entering, I'll just start the React thing. Let's open the terminal and yeah, we got the URL. I'll just copy it and okay, yeah. So this is the place we were left in our episode 4 and we'll continue from here. So before starting what is props, let me tell you I have some three images over here which is a picture of CSS, HTML and JS over here, and also I have React JS over here. So first let we can customize this component of course thing. So uh, index.css I'll just write. So before that I'll just remove this and make it as class name. We have kept card, right? So as usual I keep card as here and then just remove this const function. And yeah, from index.cs now if you check there is no any css is applied. Okay, fine, good. So card, I'll just give background color as this one. So yeah, it's working well. And width I'll just make it to 200 pixels. Well, and here like inside course.jsx, let me import an image. We have an image tag, right? And we didn't use any image over here, right? So let me import an image. So first step, I'll just import this css.jpg thing, or else we can go with HTML, html.png. So what I'm doing is import HTML, a variable name from dot slash, it is in assets folder and it's called as html dot jpg. So now instead of source I'll just give it as html. Okay, sorry, it's like html dot png over here, not jpg. I guess it, yeah, it loaded properly over here. So we are just pasting this image into this component, and our image size and your component size is max width of 200 pixels. So what I'm gonna do, I'm targeting the card with image and making the width of it is as 200 pixels. So now it got, and before that I'll just go to app.jsx and then I'll remove this nav bar. So you can see like we have only the course component over here. And this is React episode 3. What is it like? Let me go and change over here. Yeah, let me just before changing this, we will just make this thing more presentable and we can go and do the changes over here. And what I'm gonna do over here is I'll just change the font first. I don't like this font. Basically, it's good to use font family sans serif that looks more presentable way. And what else? Button is there, right? So button, I'll just make it a background color something blue with, okay, fine, that's good. And I'll remove the border, none. And border radius, I'll just make it to 10 pixels. So okay, let me make it as 3. Yeah, and let us change this to just enroll and index.css and padding. I'll just give it as 20 pixels. I guess it's more huge. Yeah. So 20 and 30. Okay, we can make it little more. 10 and 20. Yeah, this looks more good and hover effect, right? So dot card button over. I'll just copy this background color over here and I'll just paste it and we changed little dark. So now, yeah, it's working. And the color, I'll just change it to white. Yeah, it's good. And in card, let us make this text align as center. So text align center and so we have h2 tag, right? So we can make the size of the h2 tag little more small. So that card h2 um font size, right? Font size. Font size, let me keep it as medium. I guess that's look good. Yeah. And we have it h4, right? And this thing is, I guess I will no need over here. Let's keep it h4, right? So dot card h4 font size little b smaller. Okay. Mhm. HTML goes learn HTML. So button, and here I'll just mention a price over here, which is since there is no rupees, I'll just use that dollar symbol over here. So dollar double nine. Okay. So you can see there's a pose and yeah, wait, it's like more sharpness. Let us make border radius of 10 pixels and same way for image also. Border radius of 10 pixels. But still it's like more congested. Let us give a padding for card. Padding, I'll just give it as 5 pixels. Yeah. So now it looks good. So basically we have an HTML course over here, right? So our course name and learn HTML, enroll button and prize money we have. So why price is coming inside quotes? Okay. Yeah. So we have all this. So now we have to create the same component for CSS also, right? So what basically, where is the CSS thing? Here. So for the CSS also, we have to make a course component over there, right? So basically in HTML, what we will do, we will just copy this HTML tag and we'll just paste it over here. Why is it showing? Oh yeah, because I said you know in um, React, if you're returning something, it will return just one single tag. It won't return two tags, right? So what you have to do, you have to just wrap it with a single tag. So I'll just make this and then I'll just paste it over here. So now it got worked. So okay, we have to make it as inline. Okay, why is not coming? Displays okay, inline block. Okay, again, it's like more congested. Let me give a margin of 8 pixels. Now it looked good. So if you want to create a course for CSS also, what HTML does, we have to just copy paste this whole tag, and we have to, like, instead of HTML over here, you have to change the contents over here to bring it CSS thing, right? So let me do it and show you. Import CSS from yeah, codes.slash it's from assets folder. The name of it is like css dot jpg. So instead of HTML, I'll just should give it a CSS, and HTML goes, it's like CSS core learn CSS. Let the price be same over here. So now you can see we have the other component over here. It the container is like different because of the resolution of the images, but the our motive is like, if more courses have been adding up, uh in HTML we just used to copy paste the whole tag and we used to do it over here, right? But React is a library in JavaScript which is used to write the programs with little number of codes, not like programming lines of code should not be like much longer. Okay, so we have a concept called props over here. So what is this props are doing is, let us remove this first, and you can see we have a HTML codes over here right now. So in function codes, we are gonna get an argument called props. Okay, and instead of putting a direct values over here, like instead of inserting a direct values over here, we'll just mention it as props dot image, and even over here curly braces we should just props dot title, and even here it is like props dot description. No need of button, I guess, and price we can just keep it props dot price. So what is this gonna do is, it's gonna get an values from the arguments of props, and it's gonna use it in our HTML component. Right now you can see there is nothing in our component since we removed everything. So uh, we are gonna get those image, title, description, price, and all from the argument. So if we pass an argument, if we call the function many more times, so those many components will be created, right? So now we have written the function. So now we'll see how to call this function goes over here. And we have exported this component and we have pasted in app.jsx. So now what should I do is, we have codes over here, right? So I'll just copy paste the codes for 4 times over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now if you check, we will have 4 boxes over here. This is like, yeah. So now we have all the 4 boxes. First box is for HTML, right? So what I'm gonna do is, and if you go and check in course component, you have props.image. You have used a variable called image over here. So now in app.jsx image equal to HTML. So now we didn't render anything because we didn't import a image over here, right? So I'll just go to course and I'll just copy this, and app.jsx, I'll just go and paste it on here. So now you can see. So what we have done in first function call, you can just understand it as a function call first. And in image is the variable which is being used over course.jsx. Props.image we have used, right? So this image is being used over app.jsx. So we are using this image is equal to html dot sorry, curly braces HTML. So what does this does is, it's taking an image, storing in image variable, and this variable is being used over here. So it got linked, right? So image has been displayed. So now we have title, right? So now comma okay, title is equal to HTML course. Okay, so comma should not be coming here. Did I make any spelling mistake? Okay, title. Okay, So now you can see it is been given as HTML post because we have passed this text over here. And next we have it as description. Let me copy it first. Okay, description and app.jsx equal to learn HTML. So you can see you got. So at last we have price over here. So price is equal to let me give it as 99. So you can see it as like showing $99 over here. So here price I have just mentioned in string. If you guys want to mention it as number, just instead of quotes, just use a curly braces and mention it over here like dollar. Sorry, dollar won't come 99. So you can see 99 is like used over here. So yeah, and basically we are just calling a function call, passing the arguments of image, title, description, price, and we are just using in course.jsx. So instead of duplicating this tags, we can use many number of function calls over here. So now let's try for CSS image. So instead of this, okay, let me do it over here itself. Image is equal to did I import the CSS thing? No, right? So just goes, I just cut it over here. And I'll just paste it. Yeah. So now CSS and title is equal to CSS post and description is equal to learn CSS. Price is equal to, let me give it as string itself. So dollar CSS, right? Let me keep it as 110. Okay. And price, even this I'll just keep it as string itself, $99. Okay, we'll just keep it as 109. Yeah, that is the price mechanism everyone does, right? So 109. So you can see we have HTML codes and CSS codes over here. So previously what we did, we just duplicated this whole HTML thing, but now we are just making more number of function calls, you can say. So now let me do it for React and JavaScript too. So better I'll just copy this whole thing and let me paste it over here. So we have to import the images, right? So import JS from, see, this is a variable name. It should not be the name of your image and all. It's like your wish. You can keep your own variable name. But here in this case, you have to import the correct image name with proper extension. So for example, if I go and change this, okay, let me just finish this. Assets folder, right? Assets folder, I have js.png. So if in this case, if you see we have css.jpg, right? Instead of jpg, if I just mention png, it won't work. It shows an error because there is no proper image called css.png. So what you have to do, you have to make sure you just enter proper file name of your image with proper extension over here. You should use JPEG over here because this image is in JPEG format and HTML image is in PNG format, but JS is in PNG format. So extension is also more important over here. So now let's go and change this HTML to JS. Learn JS course. So learn JS and price, let me keep it as 119. So now you can see uh, we have this JS course also over here. And at last we have React, right? So let me insert React also. Import React from assets slash what is the name? React dot js dot png. I have React dot js dot png. Okay, so now, yeah, I guess it's working. Yeah. So React goes, learn React prices. Let's keep it for one for me. Yeah. So for multiple course components, we have just used function call. That's the thing, guys, I wanted to say over here. So props is used to get the argument, and we'll just reuse this code. So that is the main motive of React, right? And first episode we have seen this. React is mostly used for reusable of codes. So instead of copy pasting the same code, we have just reused over here. Even now, if we just check over here, if we copy paste it, you can see it's been like repeated. So instead of copy pasting the HTML tags, React is used to reuse the codes, and that is called props over here. So in this episode, we have just looked into what is props and how to reuse your components efficiently using props. And yeah, that's it. And see you on episode 6. Until then, stay tuned. Thank you.